Hello there you, and welcome to a deathcore of Krieg trench line, as today they have to hold their position as 500,000 orcs are about to come storming into the trenches. Will our gas mask wearing gigachads be able to hold, or will the angry mushrooms here claim victory today? But before we do kick off today's battle, I just want to say a massive shout out to all you channel members who helped keep this channel going, and if you're not a channel member, why the heck not? Click the join button down below, and while you're at it, go ahead, check out the amazing ChaoticPinky store. We got some really cool merch over there. With all that being said, let's get on with today's battle. Here we go then, ladies and gentle giants, kicking off today's rather small skirmish here as the green-skinned war goes ploughing towards the Kriegsman line. We can also already see artillery and last cannons here ripping up all the way through the Orky lines. Auto cannons, I was right first time, last cannons, same difference. Look at that. Oh man, so many orcs are already getting cut down here. Now tank shells are also raining down here. And the orcs are trying to claw their way forward under the weight of fire, coming out to the Imperial lines, taking the heavy losses. And the Krieger countercharge comes out to the trench lines, shovels in hand to meet the orcs. And a brutal melee ensues in the center of the battlefield. The orcs try to use their superior strength here to crush the gas mask lads underfoot. But that firepower is helping to keep the orcs at bay for now. The Kriegsmen pouring everything in here to try and keep them away from the precious trenches and let that artillery do its work today. I'm a little bit worried though. This part of the line looks incredibly thin here. Are the orcs already going to have a complete breakthrough of the Krieger defense? Oh my god. The artillery there were landing heavily here. The battle stretching out into the far distances. The orcs looking like they somewhat have an advantage over here, being able to pump more and more reinforcements into it than the Kriegers can currently. But that firepower coming out of the back lines now, you can see them tank rounds also being absolutely devastated here. The Orky Daka in the background slowly building up, helping to add the orcs' own weight of fire, trying to return some of it back to the Kriegers. But it does look like we're getting a little bit of a breakthrough here. The orcs already smashing through the center line, but they are going to be met with some strong resistance here. And you can see that a load of focus fire now has just happened. All the Kriegsmen in the center line now focusing on this one box formation at the front as the orcs try to storm into the trench line itself. They're actually making some decent gains here, the orcs, really quickly as well. The overlapping fields of fire here from the Kriegers, though, are ensuring that heavy losses are ensuing. I mean, we're already up to 80,000 here. That's quite impressive. You see, though, the orcs are just maneuvering. I love that. See little things fly past the screen like that. But you look at this. The orcs are trying to outmaneuver the Kriegers, but it isn't happening. The Kriegers got actually a really solid defense on this side. It does look like the main front line is collapsing though, bit by bit. The flanks are still secure, rather oddly. But this does mean that the orcs are being funneled into a death trap in the center, where there's just this horrific field of fire. That is so 40k, it's unbelievable. I love seeing orcs in the trench lines. The bodies are actually really starting to build up now and pile. They're starting to pile up into the trenches. The orcs here really struggling actually to find a way down. But again, like I said, as the bodies pile up, it just makes it easier and easier. It does appear that they've got at least one little pathway on that side now. But yeah, the orcs have really been lured into a field of fire here. Being split between the flanks, trying to keep the Kriegers at bay. So perhaps it was the idea all along to just lure the orcs into the center line here. The Kriegers' shovel army here has definitely held the flanks a lot better than it has held anything else at this point. And then flanks are still holding, man. That's actually really impressive. Which does mean that all the orcs in the center are just taking an absolute blasting at the moment. Heavy losses now for the orcs, 160,000. But that's not to say the Kriegers have lost 40,000 though. They've still lost a lot themselves here. Them Lehman Russes though, they're providing some real covering fire at the moment. Again though, the orcs are filling in at these trenches bit by bit. Now they've just got to build the corpses up to the other side. And they can start actually getting over the trench line. And I think that is actually going to happen over here pretty quickly. The orcs really focusing on this one particular point. God, look at them all. There's so many. Just storming over the breach. Yeah, the auto cannons in the background though, providing some excellent fire here. These guys have got a really nice field of view. And there should be another one in the center on the rocks here. Yeah, look at these. These boys here, also really good field of fire. That Orky Daka though is having quite an effect on us. The lines of Kriegsmen are getting cleaned out. In fact, though, it looks like we're sort of cleaning out the center line of the orcs a little bit here. The bodies are really piling up on this trench. Oh my god. Here we go though. The orcs are finally breaking it through the flank on this side. That's going to free up a lot of the boys. How are we doing on this side with the Kriegers? The Kriegers doing excellent over here actually. Done a real good job of holding back this entire flank, allowing the main line to do its work. Oh, you can see that we have got a breach now in the trench line. The orcs come pouring forth. Kriegers desperately trying to hold them back now. But the inevitability of fate on this side of the flank looks like it has been sealed. Actually, that's still a lot of orcs remaining here. Even though the defenders have killed 270,000 now. We're still trying to make our way through the remaining orcs. God, yeah, look at that. We really did clear out the entire center. And you can see all the orc Daka now is lined up here. And they're having a slugfest with the guardsmen. Oh, look at the trench. It's all completely disappeared. There's just a mountain of corpses now here. The Kriegers doing a counter-charge up this. But you can see the large flanking maneuver coming in by the orcs is starting to take its effects. A pincer maneuver. So yeah, this entire flank now is starting to collapse. Can the Imperials regain control though? How are we looking on this side? Oh yeah, so again, getting outflanked. Just trying to take as many of the orcs with them as possible. But yeah, them Storm Boys living up to the name, smashing their way through the lines here. Oh, the poor Lehman Russes. You guys are doing such a good job. Keep up the firepower. Against the big brutish orcs. God, I'm actually really amazed that the orcs haven't still yet got over this part of the line in particular. Just like these group of Kriegsmen, they're just like, yeah, it's not happening. Not until the entire flank falls are we gonna give up this part of the land. And I mean, that looks like exactly what's happening. So you can see though that the last line of defense is now under attack. The orcs pouring reinforcements into it. And again, heavy losses are ensuing for both sides here. But the orcs have got to fill in these ditches, man, if they want to get through. So it does look like we're mopping up the last remaining parts of resistance on the front here. The orcs finally breaking through that front trench line. Kriegers definitely not giving this up willingly. Oh, I just love all this Orky Daka though in the background. It shouldn't be alive for this long, yet somehow it's managed to survive. You'd think that the Kriegers would focus it, but I guess when a chopper's about to split your skull open, you sort of have to focus on it. And look at that though, when that flank fell over there, these guys really did get crisped off pretty quickly. The Orcs storming through the ranks now, but can the overlapping fields of fire from this side be enough to hold them back? 67,000 Orcs, 21,000 defenders. It's certainly a tight battle here. That's it, the Orcs are just pouring in. Again though, it doesn't look like there's many Storm Boys actually in this part of the attack. Where are all the Storm Boys? There's a few left over here. The Orcs are making progress, but it's far too costly. They've already lost almost half of the 60,000 that they had. Again, overlapping fields of fire here coming out from the Kriegers. It's just been really effective. That Orky Daka in the background is definitely starting to add its weight to fire, though, to these center lines. I actually think, yeah, look at this. The Orky Daka managed to take out the autocannons here. Not these ones, yeah, but they're working on it by the looks of it. But I do think this is pretty much it for the Orcs now. Going down to the last 5,000 on the field. The boys charging in. The Kriegers mopping up. Again, I'm really amazed that all this Daka survived as long as it did. I really would have thought it would have been focused down in seconds here, but no, apparently not. But ladies and gentlemen, there we go. The Kriegers putting up an absolute blinder of a defense there. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have time for today here. A bit of a short one, I do appreciate that. But as always, I do hope you had a blast, because I know I have. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. As always, until next time, peace.